what is the most basic explanation how computer works? Computer takes information from external sources like your keyboards, mouse, sensors, or the internet, stores it, and then processes it. A computer is a machine hardware that receives and processes data according to the instructions given to it. And after the data has been processed, finally, we have the results. Meaning, there are only 3 steps how computer works. Example is this PowerPoint. Kailangan may i-input kita, in order yung may mai-input kita, makuha kita sang raw ideas or something to be processed. So, ang process naman is the time na gina-edit or ginapa-enhance naton ini to become an outstanding outcome. So, ang output naman is the finished product. Meaning na, ang ginanagtaw niyanda.
So, good afternoon everyone. Our topic is all about how computers work. A computer, a digital information processing machine, works by changing information into binary numbers, 1 and zeros, and then using simple mathematics to make decisions about how to rearrange those numbers into words or actions. A digital system stores and operates on information in a very specific way by storing information in a bit or multiple collections of bits. A bit is a variable that can have only one of 2 values. So, a bit is a variable that only have 2 values, so each either 1 or 0. So next, computer machine compose 2 components, meaning ang hardware and software components. So in hardware components, it includes the computer case, central processing unit, monitor, mouse, keyboard, computer data storage, graphics card, sound card speakers, and motherboard. So in software, is the programs and routines for a computer or the program material for an electronic device which make it run. Like for example, software is Excel or Windows or iTunes. So we have here 2 main things to understanding the basics of how a computer works. So number 1, a computer creates any type of information, not only numbers but also letters, words, dates, as it is consisted simply of binary ones and zeros. For example, a computer can translate the letter A typed into its keyboard into a string of ones and zeros, such as 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1. One reason for this is that once it is in a binary form, the information can be stored and move about more easily. On a hard disk, the ones could be stored as magnetized paths in the disk, while the zeros can be stored as unmagnetized paths. Once information has been converted to ones and zeros, the computer can get to work. Number 2, the second point to consider is that the computer's functions are based on the movement and transformation of electrical pulses, representing ones and zeros in electrical circuits. Inside a computer are electrical circuits that decode the zeros and ones by adding and subtracting them. These circuits are called the logic of the computer because the calculations they make are similar to simple logic decisions. For example, if you press the A key in the computer keyboard, circuits inside the computer receive pulses of electricity representing the A in binary form 1000001. Those pulses are sent to logic circuits that makes yes or no decision based on the input they receive. A very simple example will be a circuit that determines whether the input sent to it is a 1 or a 0. The input of the circuit is a new piece of information, a binary 1 or 0 that is the result of the simple yes or no decision. So, mayroon ako dira kagibutan sa example of binary digits na from 0 to 7 and so on. So, when we say binary, it refers to 2 digits and that's 1 and 0. So, pag hinabalatan na binary, 2 digits lang sa dapat, muna ang 1 kag ang 0. So, let's proceed to the main computer parts. The three subsystems of a computer. The first one is CPU or Central Processing Units. So, CPU is it microprocessor or heart of the computer. Microprocessors takes in groups of bits that are called instructions. These instructions tells the microprocessor what and how it should handle the information. So, as you can see at the sample picture, at the top, we have here a secondary storage. So, it stores data and programs. And in the left side is input, sends data to the central processing unit. And in the right side, makes process information available. And last is processing. At the center of CPU, Central Processing Unit, we have here at 2, the control unit and arithmetic logic unit. So, CPU is very important part of every computer. The CPU sends signals to control the other parts of the computer, almost like how brain control the body. So, like for example, sa atin ng tao, ang CPU, amoy niya siyang atin nga brain. So, ang CPU naman, mayroon siya some major benefits. So, the uses of the CPU are many and include performing calculations, running programs, and so on. Then, CPU works as a part of a broader, more diverse ecosystem that includes random access memory. So, many ang ito natin nga RAM. And next, ang CPU naman, may siya mga 5 parts. So, the 5 parts of CPU are RAM, registers, buses, the ALU, and the control unit. So, when we say ALU, it means arithmetic logic unit. So, that's all.
Memory. Memory does exactly what its name implies. It remembers the values of bits. It can either store bits sent to it by the CPU or return the values of those bits back to the CPU. Memory is also known as primary storage. Memory amo na siya ang parts ng computer nag-hold sa data and instruction para dason i-process. Although closely associated with the CPU or the Central Processing Unit, memory is separate from it. Computer memory has two basic types: the primary memory and the secondary memory. Primary consists of RAM and the ROM. RAM is the random access memory. Amo na siyang ginatawag na read-write memory or the main memory or the primary memory. The ROM naman, amo na siya ang read-only memory. Dirat ginastore ang mga crucial information essential to operate the system. Like the program essential to boot the computer. And amo na siya permi ang ga-retain sang data. The secondary memory or the disk drive. A disk drive is a technology that enables the reading, writing, deleting, and modifying of data on a computer storage disk. It's either built-in or external component of a disk that manages the disk in and out operation. Next is the motherboard. Motherboard serves as a single platform that connects. Motherboard. All computers have a motherboard that is circuit board to connect all the various parts of the computer together. Its main purpose is to hold the CPU and the connection between the CPUs and all the other subsystems. The RAM of the computer is found in the motherboard. Ang motherboard naman serves as a single platform to connect all the parts of the computer together. It connects the CPU, memory, hard drives, optical drives, video card, and the other ports and extension cards directly or via cables. It can be considered as the backbone of the computer. Thank you. That's all.